Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about healthy narcissism. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So a lot of people, online as well as my clients, they ask me if there is something called the healthy narcissism. And the simple, honest answer is no. There's nothing called healthy narcissism out there. Yeah. No version or form of narcissism is healthy or doable. Yeah. And, of late, I was dealing with a client, and this client has a narcissistic partner. And she did a couple of sessions with me, and I did guide her. I did tell her how she needs to go about with this narcissist. And things were fine. She started engaging into self-care. She started doing small bits to love herself again, and protect herself. And her partner, this narcissistic partner, went on labeling her. You are being narcissistic. You are engaging into self care. You are being narcissistic. You are, engaging into self preservation. You are being narcissistic. Yeah. If you are, protecting yourself, if you're saying no and avoiding, toxic people or toxic situation and scenario, you are being narcissistic. So she was in that confused state, and she asked me what it is. I mean, I am with a narcissist. I was suffering, I am still suffering, and somehow I'm managing, and with all that therapy and session, things are a little better. I have a little clarity, I'm able to navigate. But why the hell this narcissistic partner is calling me narcissistic? Is there a healthy version of narcissism out there that I am unaware of? Yeah. Am I a healthy narcissist? So these were the questions. So we are going to try and answer that. So first of all, there is nothing called healthy narcissism. Narcissism is being self-centered, lack empathy, inability to self-reflect, zero tolerance towards criticism, uh, this extreme, hunger and need for admiration and validation, want to be the center of attention, and the list goes on. So this is what narcissism is. This is what narcissistic personality disorder is. There is no healthy form. If there was a healthy form of narcissistic personality disorder or narcissism, it would have been mentioned in the DSM and would have been mentioned by our friend Sigmund Freud. So a lot of these writers also that I come across, I mean, I have a huge collection of books, and when I go through a couple of these books, these writers are talking about there is a narcissist in all of us. This is what healthy narcissism is. And these writers are really affluent people. They are well off, and they are big name, but I think somewhere or the other they are unable to grasp the actual meaning of what narcissism is, or what narcissistic personality disorder is. And only then they are misusing this term or misquoting this term in a lot of their writing and work. Healthy narcissism, there is narcissist in all of us. First of all, we need to understand self-love, self-care, self-preservation is not being narcissistic. But if you are engaging into self-care, if you are engaging into self-love, if you are into self-preservation at the cost of the others, if you are doing all of these things and hurting others, exploiting others, damaging others, then quite possibly you are a narcissist. Yeah. If you are just not interested to know what damage your action and behavior is causing to the others, and you just want things for yourself, then it is being narcissistic. But if you're protecting yourself from toxic people, if you're protecting your mental peace, if you're standing up against abuse, I don't think that is being narcissistic. That is, I mean, according to me, preserving yourself. That is, according to me, protecting yourself. Yeah. So, these people, I mean, these unaware lot, these gaslighters, these enablers, they, really get intimidated when, they get to hear, a narcissist being called out. They don't like that because they know that, if people are calling out the narcissist now, there is lots of awareness happening. One day they would be labeled and called out as well. Yeah, because people can see through, people can identify what healthy is and what narcissistic is. Yeah. So the chances of them being exposed is great in near future. So they are scared, and because of all that, fear, insecurity, they start labeling the victims as narcissists. Oh, you are being narcissistic. Well, okay, so you don't want to talk to her, you don't want to talk to him, you are narcissistic. Yeah, you are a narcissist. He is not narcissist, you are narcissist. Yeah. So this is again to gaslight you. This is basically to dodge you, confuse you, gaslight you, and throw you off balance. So the biggest problem that I get to see these days is these authors, these scholars, I mean, hell lot of people, they are misquoting and misusing the term narcissism. Yeah. So narcissistic personality disorder is when the person is, just self-centered. The person doesn't care about the others. The person has zero empathy for the others, and the person has inability to self-reflect. So the person doesn't, sit, think, self-reflect, find out his or her mistakes, attempts to fix them. Yes. And also does some positive changes so that he or she doesn't repeat it in coming future, and in a way hurt the others. So this is how a healthy person responds to these kind of situation and scenario. But a narcissist will go on doing what they have to do. They won't care what their action is causing to the others. Yeah. They don't care what the victims are going through. Yeah. They won't sit and ask what you are going through, what is happening with you. So the entire problem is people misusing this term. If someone is protecting himself or herself from abuse, saying no to toxicity, avoiding toxic people, that person is not narcissistic. That person is just protecting himself or herself. If someone is in self-defense, yeah, if someone is fighting or standing up against abuse, do you think that is being narcissistic? Yeah, saying no to abuse is often labeled as being narcissistic. Yeah. So this term narcissism is being misused. Plus, there are a lot of people who misuse this term in labeling healthy people as narcissists. Fine, they're not interested, they don't like you, they are staying away. And some of these people who have this irrational mindset, they go ahead and label them. Well, you're not talking with me. You are narcissistic, you're a narcissist. If someone is not interested to speak to you, if someone is not on the same wavelength, if someone is not comfortable around you, he or she can walk away. He or she has the full right to stay away from you. Yeah. No one needs to be around someone where they don't feel comfortable or where they feel uncomfortable. Yeah. So then these irrational people, this is a new term, quite an interesting term. So then they label, oh, you're being narcissistic. You're not taking my calls, you're being narcissistic. Yeah. So there is a lot of confusion around this term. And there is a lot of this misuse. Plus, these authors and these scholars are also, misquoting this term. So these scholars and authors are also, in a way, creating more confusion around this term. Yeah, they are uh, changing, or you can say they are replacing self-care with narcissism. They are, replacing self-preservation with narcissism. They are replacing, self-defense with narcissism, and this is what is creating problem. Yeah, so narcissism is not engaging into self-care. Narcissism is not engaging into self-love. Narcissism is not uh, anything that preserves you or protects you. That's not being narcissistic. As a human, we have all the rights, and we should protect ourselves against all evil. We should protect ourselves from abuse. We should stand up and say no to abuse. We should not tolerate it, though whoever that abuser might be, mother, grandmother, father, husband. Abuse is abuse. Say no to abuse. Yeah. And when enablers and other narcissists label you as narcissist, you are not narcissist, and I'll tell you why. If in the process of preserving yourself, if in the process of protecting your own self, you know you are not hurting others, you're not damaging others, or you're not exploiting others, you are not narcissistic. Yeah, so this is what you need to understand. A narcissist will go to any extent to get whatever he or she wants. A narcissist will do anything and everything, yeah, to get things done their way. A narcissist will go to any extent when it comes to manipulation. They'll go to any extent, and they really don't care what damage their manipulation is causing you. They don't care about that. Yeah, so that is what narcissism is. Yeah, narcissism is not when you say no. Narcissism is not when you say enough is enough, I don't want to be with you. That's not being narcissistic. Protecting yourself, preserving yourself, loving yourself, engaging into self-care is not being narcissistic. So use your own mind when you come across these terms in social media or in books, because I get to hear from a lot of people that there is something called healthy narcissism. There is nothing called healthy narcissism. If you are selling this idea of healthy narcissism, you are invalidating all those survivors pain and agony, and the trauma they have gone through. If you are encouraging terms like healthy narcissism, you are minimizing the trauma endured by the survivors and the victim. Yeah, so don't fall for it. There is nothing called healthy narcissism. Narcissism is a kind of a personality disorder, and that is it. So there is nothing called healthy narcissism. See, people can say anything. Yeah, but you need to use your mind. You need to look out for those signs, yeah, what the DSM talks about, and only then you should come to a conclusion. If others are just randomly throwing these words at you, please don't fall for it, and don't doubt your own self, because they are basically gaslighting you. They are gaslighting you so that you shut down. You stop standing up against abuse. You stop talking about it. Yeah, you stop resisting it. Yeah, you just you know uh, comply to anything and everything they are doing with you. So this is the reason why people label you as narcissistic. Yeah, and there are narcissists in general who are full-blown narcissists who just don't care. It's all about them. Okay, they can be narcissists. It's absolutely okay. As long as they are not damaging you, hurting you, it's okay. They are narcissistic in their own space. But the moment there is someone else who's being exploited, there is someone else who's being abused, tormented, minimized, dehumanized, exploited, damaged, that is a major concern. That is something which we shouldn't ignore. Yeah, so abuse is abuse, and narcissistic abuse is real. Narcissists are real, and there is nothing called healthy narcissism. Yeah, so self-love, self-care, self-preservation, self-defense is not narcissism. Narcissism is different. Don't fall for it. Most probably people are gaslighting you. Yeah, if you don't like something, stay away. You have all the rights. to say no to things that you don't feel comfortable with, and to stay away from toxic people. Yes, so this was it. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. And please take care of yourself. Don't ignore the red flags. And lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.